Mark, so good to see you today. We have everybody's retirement readiness checklist, 5 steps to prepare for the next chapter. Start planning now for the lifestyle you want and what you will need financially to get there. And step number 1, define your retirement. This is not your budget. This is your bucket list. Explain.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Aaron. But this is about getting retirement ready, as we always like to tell our clients. And really, I think it's often overlooked because people just, they work and then they just think, I'm going to quit and then retire, and they don't have a plan. But this is about planning out your lifestyle. What are you going to do into retirement? Because you're retired, you have to retire from something to something. So really, I think couples especially, and even single people, need to have a conversation to really understand what they're going to do for the best, which is hopefully the best years of their life.
Right. Really important. Step number 2, take stock of your assets. This is again beyond your bank account and retirement assets. You suggest writing down your passions and unique assets, and then maybe think about how you could generate part-time earnings in retirement.
Yeah, so a lot of people are retiring earlier. And, you think about it, if you're in retirement for 20, 30, maybe even longer, you're going to be in retirement longer than you were in your career. So a lot of people are taking what we call a hybrid retirement, where they're working part-time. But again, this interlinks with that lifestyle planning, where we've really got to understand what are our passions, what do we want to do, and can these things generate some income? Maybe it's going to help pay for some healthcare that bridges the gap to Medicare, those sorts of things. So I think, again, there has to be some thoughtful decision, because I look at retirement like running a business in a way. And if a business doesn't take inventory or take stock, they're liable to fail. So as people, we have to do the same thing with our retirement.
Right. Right. And you mentioned health. That is number 3, of course. Evaluate your health. Healthcare is often one of your biggest expenses in retirement. So work now to get or stay healthy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was interesting. I was talking to a client the other day who retired 2 years ago, and, he went on a mission because he was not in good health. Because he was working, he was stressed out, and now he's going to the gym, he's active. And that's what we need to do, because we do have longevity, and we want to, in the go-go years, you want to go do things. So yeah, we need to get active, we need to stay healthy, and then take inventory of what health insurance we have, and then ultimately what's Medicare going to look like if we're not there yet, and how that's going to impact us, not just monetarily, but from a health standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Next up, create a retirement budget. What does it mean, though, exactly, to have that budget?
Well, for a lot of people, this is it's painful to do. They're like, oh, I don't want to look at all this stuff. But I think, taking some stock of this, even if you look back 1-2 months of what you're spending money on, and then ultimately understanding what you're going to be spending money on in retirement, it's really, you have to build a pretty good budget around this, because we've got to make those assessments of is the money that you have and the cash flows that you have coming in going to last throughout your lifetime, and then understanding what are the threats to your retirement and how could that impact you. Because see, if we understand that now, we can take action to mitigate or eliminate those threats.
Mm-hmm. Right. And on that note, as we talk through, figuring out your fixed income, determining when to claim Social Security, this is so important and often overlooked.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think it's overlooked way too much, because a lot of people just go, well, I'm going to take it at this age.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of considerations. I mean, there's 81 different age combinations, 540 different ways you can take it. And I think the question that people don't ask is, what am I giving up? Because you're giving up something. If I take it early, I'm giving up not only a reduction in my benefit, but if I'm married, it's a permanent reduction in the spousal benefit. And we have to understand the taxation of Social Security and how it coordinates with all of our other assets. So it's a critically important decision that we need to look at.
Right. And again, you are always so kind, sitting people down, working through this checklist if they feel like they are creeping closer to retirement and want to make sure they're ready. So on that note, Mark, if somebody would like to work through this with you, what's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, so really there's 2 ways. You can just give us a call. Our phone number is 303-681-0113. Anyone from our team, myself, would love to have a conversation with you on the phone. We can set up an in-office appointment, a Zoom call, whatever you would like, and really start addressing some of these questions and concerns. The other way is you can go to our website, McGregorWealth.com, beyond, you can find my calendar or the calendar link. You can schedule that appointment. You can look at all the different resources that we have on the website as well.
So important. Mark, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Erin.